Alright, so we're heading to Magmar's Bridge. We're at Magmar's Bridge. Let's click a quick save here. And we're gonna go up. What? Maggot squirms amidst the deer entrails.
Craved afila thirlim.
This troll is so fucked. Why is it not being fucked? Okay, is this per battle? Melee only per encounter. Nice. Oh, good God.
What?
Heal.
Not even slowing it down!
What is it?
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Yep, definitely do not
Alright, then.
like the druid. Don't like the druid at all. Way too weak, even with all the OP weapons. Can I go down there? Oh, well, you look at that. Druid have nice spells, though.
Well,
Yeah, but they're melee.
Of course.
I was thinking of just turning them into a ranged druid, but that means they can't use their fucking shapeshift. Damn looters. Can't be bothered to find an honest wage. Years of saving just to see it all washed away. Curse my luck, the woman mutters, kicking her foot into the ground and upturned the cloud of soil. As you approach, her ears twitch and she turns to greet you. "Hail, traveler," she says with a half-hearted hand wave. "The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. If that's where you're headed, you'll need to find another route." What destroyed the bridge? The river has been rising on account of all the storms here. Where the river narrows, the flooding did the most damage. The Orland woman folded her arm and scowled, overtaking her face. Guess they don't make things to last around here, do they? One of the stone columns collapsed in a flash flood, taking the whole middle section of the bridge out to sea. Matmer's Bridge was the most direct route to Gilded Vale. From Gilded Vale to Defiance Bay, merchants and travelers now have to find a boat passage or add days of extra travel to loop around the bay. So I started a ferry service, thinking I earned some coin and help others cross over the bay. Peregrine shakes her head, her ears twitching as she speaks. And that was a bigger mistake than that time I allowed a cipher to court me. Mistake? How? I've been attempting to turn a quick copper, but... She bites her lip, her face turning flushed with anger. Just my luck. The blasted curtains threw my ferry into the rocks, dashed it, and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went to prow the swords to salvage whatever shipping crates didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. She stomps her foot into the ground. The damn brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but now they have stolen by force all that is left of my fortune. She eyes you for a long second, her hands cupping her chin. You know, you look like you fare better against those looters than little old me. Could I enlist your help? I'll take a look. Peregrine smiles wide, her ears perking up. Thank you. I'm sure those thugs have made a mess of my stock, but maybe there's something there to be saved. How do I get to Defiance Bay? With the bridge destroyed, the best course of action would be following the river north. Why did I? Ugh, whatever. You'll be able to cross farther upstream. You got a long walk ahead of you. What are you doing here? I've been attempting to turn a quick copper, but... Oh, well, I already know this. I'll take a look. Goodbye. Alright. I'll help Peregrine out. She seems like a nice little... This is your looter? Oops. Fucking own his ass.
Spot on.
Dead. God.
Of course.
Let's save. Looters. Damn, but no though. That warrior, holy crap, that endurance and that health. It's insane, and he's only level 4. And that's mine, okay? Gather around the soggy timbers for ship wreckage. Men and women pick through the driftwood, snatching muddy silverware, moldy clothes, chipped pottery, and anything they can spot amongst the debris. All eyes turn to you as you approach. The group trade nervous stares at you until at last the woman in muddy clothes steps forward and speaks. "Where are Brethel and Terran?" she asks. "They were just up along that path and we heard fighting." Her eyes narrow and hand move towards the knife of her belt as she anticipates your reply. "They attacked us. It was a matter of self-defense." You killed them?" You see Harwin's eye tear up before she buried her face in her hand. The men and women around her take a step back, eyeing you cautiously. Harwin's woman wiping her eyes. "You speak of self-defense. Well, we're defending ourselves from the storm." Her voice rises, her face grows flushed with emotions. "The flood took our entire farm. We have nothing left. Nothing. No food, no roof, and now I don't even have my cousins." She throws up her hand in despair. "We don't want to fight you. We have lost enough already. Please, just leave us." "I came here investigating some missing cargo. We mistook your cousin for looters." She blinks in disbelief. "Looting? But this is a wreck. What value does it have?" The men and women all turn to her, their face frightened and worried. "Please, we need these supplies dearly. The storm took everything from us. It is not our desire to steal, but we are destitute. Should we let these wares just sink into the river bottom?" "Regardless of your need, you're still stealing from Peregrine. Perhaps you could tell the merchant you found nothing beyond bits of driftwood. From her point of view, it will all be as if the river washed it all away. Besides, how much copper would you really make selling these rotten clothes and soiled wares?" "Sorry, I will not lie to cover your thievery." Howard looks at her comrade, all nodding in agreement. "Then you leave us no choice." What? You could just leave. Fine. If you want to fucking die that fast, then I'll fucking kill you myself. Bitch.
How may I help?
What?
I?
Let's see where this goes first. Alright, we can cast that there. We can. Well, actually, let's just finish these off. We could use a heal for everyone.
Let's burn this away!
Look, they were stupid. They were all really, really stupid. They could have just ignored it. Ooh. Helmet of Might? That's for you. They could have just taken me. Oh wow, that actually does increase the damage. Nice.
Huh?
All right, then.
They attacked first. Just saying. I don't care what their excuse is. They could have just left and deal with it some other way. Peregrine bounces on her feet as you approach. My helpful strangers return. Have you managed to find anything yet? Even if you found its driftwood, just knowing those looters got what they deserve would moisten my breeches. Huh. What these happens to be your wares? Peregrine's ears twitch with excitement as you drop the supplies down in front of her. Thank you. I was beginning to think it all has sunk into the bottom of the river. She reaches into her tunic and hands you something. Consider this a small token of my gratitude. I will reward you properly when you visit me at my shop in Defiance Bay. Oh, nice. See? More beneficial for me. Just saying. Just money? Alright, I'll take the money. They leveled! Very nice. Athletics for you. And probably survival? And stealth? No, not stealth. And lore. Because why not? What is this? Increase the movement rate and reflex of all allies in the area. Oh, that's cool. Reduce slashing, piercing damage of enemies. Reduce concentration of enemies. I'll take reduce slashing and piercing damage. That's only by 1% though. Nah, I'll take it. Add in that ballad. Okay. This is definitely mechanics. And I'll save the point. No. There. Whoa! Damn! She unlocked so many spells.
What is it?
Oh my god, look at all these level 2 spells. What is this? Insect Swarm. Attract swarm of aggressive insects, causing raw damage over time and reducing the concentration of anyone in the area of effect. Nice. Taste of the Hunt. Caster melee weapon becomes an ideal instrument of hunting, adding continuous raw damage to an attack and restoring endurance to the caster with every hit. Nice! Both of those are good, actually. Woodskin. Create a thick layer of bark over allies in the area. So this is basically increased defense, right? Yep. Hold Beast. Paralyze any beast-type creatures. Okay. Firebrand adds fire damage. Oh, no. Summon a fire weapon. Ooh, I think it'd be fun to play a druid. Summon one of small rain blight. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, and this is just like an AoE explosion, I bet. And blizzard, that's nice. Okay, I like that. What's the final thing? Autumn's Decay. Man, they have so many spells. But I bet you they can't like cast it as many times as wizards can.
How may I help?
Okay, cool. Save up. What does this do? Attack speed, enemies engaged, and deflection. Oh, slower attack, but he draws in attention from everyone nearby. Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah? Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right then.
Oh. Oh god, more. Just take it. No one's around anyways.
That over there, that'd be the easy way to get to Defiance Bay. Before the floods, anyway.
More people that I don't care about. Oh.
I feel a feeling.
Blast!
Sorry, why?
Not quite.
Don't be dumb. There's no way you can defeat all 6 of us. Wasting my time.
Craved, I feel a feeling.
God damn. Wrecked. Ooh, is that one-handed? Slashing, interfering, and fine. Ooh, okay. Oh, before we grab the rest of that, we might as well make camp, because there's a camping supply in there. And we can talk more to Durance, or Durman, or whatever the hell his name is. Oh! You wake to the sensation of being shaken, and you open your eyes to see Adair standing over you, his hand jostling your shoulder. He looks concerned. Your eyes are heavy and your vision blurred, the vague unease of unremembered nightmares clouding your thoughts. You are not sure you slept at all the previous night.
Hey! Hey! You awake? Good. You were kind of thrashing around, eyes rolled back in your head. You were shaking. Trying to snap you out of it for a long time now. I was gonna have to get a bucket of cold water. You don't seem like you get much rest at night. You got those dark circles under your eyes.
Not lately. At night there are dreams and whispers.
Well, it's the Watcher thing then. I'm sure it just takes some time to adjust is all. I'll try to let it sort itself out. But you'd better wake up faster next time. Trust me, you don't want that bucket of cold water.
Well, hopefully that fixed everyone still.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're all relatively in the same XP area. So that's good.
Of course.
Yeah, I had to go to Kai Noir and then circle my way around to Adelwan's bridge and then go in there from that way. I can see why this game takes a long time. And I bet you anything that we're gonna have to spend like hours in that town.
Craved Afila Thirlim.
Honestly, that's okay. There's no way those things can kill any of us. It's literally impossible. We have too much heavy armor units in the front. It's fighting a losing battle and I don't even know it. Nice. Alright, let's just get out of here. Okay, let's go to Kite Noir. Because that's the only place we can go to. The party stash can be used for holding excess gear when their inventory is filled up. Some item types, like quest item and ingredients, are automatically placed in the stash. Yeah, this party stash is broken. It's absolutely broken because you can just hoard stuff. And I'll be honest, that's like the best thing about this game. Is that it allows you to hoard stuff. We get ourselves a hunter! Oh my god! Just off the side of the path into Cat Noir stands an imposing figure. A tall, thick-set Amana, clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hand is a small piece of charcoal, and it works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has to reach up to prevent its colorful cap from falling off of his head as he gazes upward. That moldy brickwork must be fascinating. The man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin, and he waves the parchment in greeting.
It is. Well, not the wall itself, perhaps. The construction is very traditional. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks, just there. Workers and masons, I expect, carving a little immortality for themselves. It's a fine keep, Cad Noir. 2 centuries to its name, and abandoned for nearly as long. But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Meerwald. But it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
I came here looking for Meerwald as well.
Oh, truly? Then perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I've never seen the like. I didn't want to risk it alone, but you seem capable. Together, I'm sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Meerwald. I seek a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of the Rauatai, but we possess only a fragment of it. A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I uncovered evidence that leads me to believe the original lies just there, beneath the keep.
Why would this Tanvi Oratoa be here in the Direwood? Precisely. That is the very question, he laughs. It is a long and twisting tale, my friend, as all good chants should be. Chants? Are you a chanter then? I can tell you more if you wish it, in time. Then we must find it.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Ah, wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Wondrous teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exometal they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for. I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
What are a few assassins between friends?
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
Yeah, Onyx, I love you, honey, but you don't have any story related to you. So goodbye.
On your word.
Now we have 2 chanters. Yay! Oh, we need to put that in there. Generate a fuel of terror, frightening enemies in the area of effect. Gun and sword. Okay. Well, I don't have a gun of my own, so you're good. What is your armor? 10? What is his recovery? Minus 50. Yeah, this armor is also 10, but its recovery is only minus 10. Plus 1 intellect. I'll take it. Ah! Oh god! The other chick has all my items! Fuck! Well, she's gonna have to give those back. No, you are not gonna wear that. It's a disgusting color scheme. There you go. Much better color scheme. God damn it. That whore. She took all my items and just left with it. Do you have high mechanic skills? No, lore. Oh, wait, right. You're a chanter. But you're a ranged chanter, though. 28 to 42 damage. Oh. Damn. Damn.
Hey. Of course.
Alright, cool. You know what? Fuck it. It is right here after all. We're just gonna go back to the inn. Give me back my items. Pretty please.
I'd say it's time to get a campfire going and let sleep follow. If doubts and curiosity plague you,
Oh. Okay, I can ask you more about stuff now. Tell me more about Ashfall. Durns raises an eyebrow, then snorts. The amount you ask, you think you miss more than I. What are the etchings on your staff?
tales, reminders, something to think upon, devotions I can wrap my mind around when chanting words becomes tiresome. Chants lose their strength, but carving symbols into the wood with one's finger, blessed by fire.
Durns takes his finger and you watch it trace one of the path along the wood. The symbol glows lightly, red embers from a fire. As he draws his hands away, it still glows and he stares at it, letting it reflect in his eyes.
I find symbols are a greater source of devotion than words, texts. If there were many texts to be had. Texts remind me of a deer the perfume of aristocracy.
Aloth yawns. If only he tires of the spoken word so quickly. Durns does not appear to notice.
The War of Black Trees and this staff I carry are the only hymns and devotions I need. And it's a symbol, one that the faithful and faithless alike understand.
Ashfall's stockpiles of guns, explosives, and alchemical fire sounds dangerous. Life is dangerous. You would know more than most, Durns grunts. Flame is always hungry, and if you don't respect it, its kisses will fire your joints like a Defiance Bay copper corner whore. Durns closes his eyes for a moment, as if thinking back. Some chambers were consumed, some destroyed, but Ashfall remains. Would be good to see it one day, if I return. He shrugs. I doubt I shall. Why's that? Durns' eyes open as he glares at you. Because home is a mess of disappointment. That's why. Never make a place your home, Watcher. That's my advice to you. Keep to the road. A home is a curse. It'll kill you to stay. And the moment your foot exits its doors, you'll never again measure up to this cathedral in your head. Durns grunts. His hands tighten on his staff. You notice Adir's been listening. He speaks under his breath. Don't know if the problem is much a cathedral in his head as bats in his bell tower. Sure, I am sad though, that I missed the part where they must have thrown as soon as he's left. Now that's disappointment. Is that why you wander? I expect you to understand, Watcher. You don't seem to value whatever home you are from either, and you are likely a stronger person for it. So, if you ask the why of it, Watcher, then why that one doesn't need a cathedral to uphold the faith or remind one of it. I don't hate it. I don't despise it. I'm not some weeping cast-out fool. I wonder because of my faith and to spread it, he grunts. And I have many tens of years to go before Durns' trial let me go. And I'll never get there while I'm bantering words with you. But then who's more the fool? The fool who asks, or the one who answers? He snorts. I tire of your wordplay. Let's do something. Can you tell me what some of the symbols on your staff means? Durns glances at you in irritation. He seems to snap at you, then stops, frowns. He glances at its staff, then turns it in his hands. As he does, there is a hint of embers, symbols glowing on its surface.
You still see them. Not all can. But then again, few have a Watcher's gift of sight.
Why are those symbols carved into your staff?
Carved? This staff is a history. Acts leave their mark. Some symbols fall into the ash, others blaze brighter.
What caused one to fade and another to rise?
Memory, meaning. It's same as the memories in your head, perhaps more trustworthy. Random acts, things done with instinct. They may make lines burning briefly through the wood. Acts devised, planned, that stay with you. Symbols form and tell the story. It's like all memories, except the staff burns it true. When a thought's close, you see it clearer, brighter. Once you forget, they get buried. But like rings in wood, the etchings remain. Keeps me grounded. Also, it's a solid walking stick.
How is it only Watchers can see the symbols? They are energies of the spirit, a channel for one's faith. He frowns. It's hard to say. There was a time when they glowed brighter, but now they are an aid in my work. Because the staff's markings stand out to a Watcher, well, they sometimes identify themselves. He frowns, and sometimes they're blinded to the staff as well, a gift of Magrin, perhaps, to cloak itself from sight when one isn't looking for it. That large mark there, the 12 circles. What is it?
That symbol, the God Hammer. The 12 circles are a sign of the dozen on the bridge, and the dozen of us that let the hammer fall on them, bridge, God, and all. If there's a symbol that is unlikely to ever fade, it's that one. I thought it might be the last the staff would ever hold. Was holding it that day on the bridge when Aethys fell. It was the spark put to the God Hammer. Might be the last light that touched Aethys before the pyre ate him.
I don't see Magrin's symbol on your staff. Durin's frowns. It is there, but marked different. I follow Durin's and in his teachings, but there is but a single flame, a simpler aspect. His frown deepens, and he taps the edge of his staff. Durns would meditate by focusing on a single flame and attach meaning to it. It was something to center the spirit for what was to come. For what was to come? The flames is intended to symbolize bringing punishment to another, and it is inscribed above the symbol of the ones being punished, marking them as always touched by Magrin.
I suspect the answers will...
As if you swallow ghastly jest, keep silent and keep to yourself. At least you tire yourself for the next campfire. Oh man! Oh well.
Of course.
We're gonna go back to the inn. We're gonna get ourselves our stuff back. Then we'll talk to our companions even more for the rest of this video. This video is all about talking to companions, apparently. Cause, yeah.
Hail and well met.
Okay. Hey, yeah, give me back my shit, please. Thank you.
Hail, traveler.
Now, get the fuck out of my group.
Hey, of course.
Okay, cool. Nice. Oh, you get 3 weapon sets. Jesus Christ. Why would you ever need so many?
Hail and well met.
Well, actually, let's talk to you if you have something new to say.
What's on your mind?
Nope.
On your word.
I know you don't have anything new to say.
If doubts and curiosity plague you,
Yep.
I?
You?
Following your lead. Following your lead.
There we go. Actually, there we go. We'll go with this
As you say.
setup.
Of course.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. And then
Following your lead.
we're gonna talk to Kana.
It's good to be on the road again. A wanderlust is nothing rare in the people of Rawatai, but often I think myself alone in loving the land as much as the sea.
How are you
Shall
holding?
we see next, I wonder?
My bad. How are you holding up? I'm ready if you are. Kana grins. Tell me about yourself.
What shall I tell? I am Kanarua, born in the royal city of Takoa, from which rules the Ranga Nui. There. That is a solemn enough start. I am a lore chanter in the college there. Or at least a student of lore and a chanter both.
Do you have any family back in Rawatai? I have 5 older siblings, and my mother and my father. My father's a Coral Manson, and favored by the Ranga Nui. It was he who engineered the Gate of Great Teeth. My 2 brothers have taken up my father's work, and my mother encouraged my sisters to sail. It leaves me free to pursue other things. There is a wealth of knowledge just within the walls of the college, and beyond it, more than I could learn in 10 lifetimes. He laughs. But I can try, all the same. What made you leave the college?
I was on the usual path at first. Theology, the traditions, when the Gate of Great Teeth was completed. It was all my father had hoped for. The greatest commission he had ever received. But it was also a sign that Rawatai was changing, looking inward. Meanwhile, I was neck-deep in the writing of a dozen nations, marveling at all the things that lay beyond our borders.
And in so many of those books and records, I found accounts of ancient Engwits. The Edirans hold a great hunger for Engwitans relics. And why wouldn't they, or shouldn't they? It was the civilization of which the Glenfathans, learned to read souls. I decided that my 3rd degree would be in history, and that I would study the Engwithans. They were the heart of so much discussions abroad, and so many discoveries. It drew some mockery. We watched Adir draw itself into several conflicts with the Glenfathans over these ruins. Takawa had his own concerns. And soon I found it, a section of Tanvi Orator, in an Adiran translation of ancient Engwithan script, just there, without explanation. It seems like a gift from the gods. Tell me more about the lore chanters. My eldest brother thinks we spent our days in song, weaving wreaths from flowers, but the truth is far less exciting than that. The college preserved what knowledge our people have gathered. I would have it said that the lore chanters are Rawatai, for without them, we would have no beginning, no sense of how far we've come. We will forget ourselves with every generation. I'm only a student, yet. But someday I'll return and tell the keeper what I learned, and she will add my verses to the chant. What is this Gate of Great Teeth? Much as it sounds, a maze of walls like the teeth of some nautical terror. It sits outside the city and guards Takawa, Takawa from invaders and storms. The storms have always seen more trouble, have always been more trouble. Nuitanri, the angry titans throwing themselves against Rawatai's shores. Invaders, I'm not so sure about, but perhaps I'm like the man who, being dry, throws off his rain cloak during a storm. Kana laughs. So my mother would have me believe. What's a Ranga Nui? A king, our great king, ruler of over all of Rawatai. He's led our people well, and he has treated my family very well. My father and he are great friends, as much as one can be friends with a king. Huh. Tell me more about the Rawatai.
Ah, Rawatai. Shall I describe the pearl-white sands, the sapphire waters, the multi-hued tiles of the rooftops, like a mosaic upon the coast? Sorry.
Was there something specific you wanted to know? Tell me about the kingdom of Rawatai in general. It's a long journey by ship to the north, past Ixamil and across the sea. We have settled much of the Gulf and established more recent trading colonies all along the coast. We live as best we can, like anyone else. Our land is plagued by storm, and so we stand together, whatever corner of Rawatai we hail from. Otherwise, we never survive. Tell me about the city you're from, Takawa.
Takoa is doubly famed.
Koa.
A royal city and home to the Coral Harbor. The Ranganui's palace is there, and we've a fleet of royal ships sitting outside the Gate of Great Teeth. Every so often, you'll hear the roar of a cannon being tested.
The finest ships in Rawatai, and so the world, are anchored there, and some of our brightest minds toiled away at the artillery. My mother, for instance, kinda grins brightly. Myself, I have no talent for gunpowder. Takoa is also home to the Lore College, of course, and we get great many people traveling long distances to speak with the Lord Keeper, or else hear the chants and peruse the books. At least, that's how it was when I was younger. Things were a little different when I left. How so? You might say the winds are changing. The Bahari, they are traditionalists. In a way, the Ranganui's son stand among their numbers. Talk at the dinner table has changed from how far fleet Rawatai ship might sail to how well defended our borders are. How far we have turned from the old ways. Then talk turns to bearing Adirans and Villians merchant ships, and kinda sighs. Things were difficult. When I left, there was much arguing amongst the elders. I trust the king has kept the peace, but I worry sometimes that things have taken turn for the worse. It's sensible to look to your people's own interests. Of course, but I can't help but wonder if it is in our best interest. If we isolate ourselves from every other land, what do we sacrifice in exchange for a momentary safety? But that's Rawatai's lesson to learn. Perhaps I was foolish to think I could change its course on its behalf.
Yes, my friend?
It sounds like you miss home. Some parts of it. Those silver cliffs, the sea, those at least no one can change. The day I boarded the ship for a deer, the sun was gold upon the water, and I nearly leapt overboard and swam for home. Surely Villian ships are the finest. The grandest, sure, houses on water. Kinda laughs. Give me a sleek Rawatai sketch heavy with cannons, and I'll still run circles around your Villian cracks. Takawa has a lot of this artillery. Rawatai has a lot of artillery. We made great advances with explosives. One of our artillery masters advised the Godhammer bomb during the Saints' War, actually. In Rautai itself, our efforts are more modest. Bombards, cannons. We're having some luck with mortars. You might ask my sister if you visit Takawa. She's captains the Ratuana. She knows far more than I do and enjoys great fame for it. It may not be very traditional, but even the most strident demagogue, won't touch the subject of artillery. They lose what support they've gathered. Do only Amana live there? Far from it, the Amana arrived more recently and formed the greater number, but others have joined us, so long as they call themselves subject of the Ranga Nui. Some of my neighbors are Orlans, for instance, some fine people, though they care little for the sea. People here say that the coastal Amana are cruel people. Cruel in the same manner that Orlans are feral and the pale elves graceful, yes? Kinda chuckles. Amana conquered Rauatai long ago and drove their enemies from those lands in the doing of it. Today, the great kingdom of Rauatai holds humans, Orlan, elves, even island Amanas. Kana flashes a quick smile. What a campaign of conquest says about those responsible, you'll have to ask the adherents. In any case, yes, the reputation persists. Good if you want fighting work, less if you would like to be a cook. So these people who are after you, Oh, them. Yes, I ran into them in Adir, or rather, they sought me out. In Adir, there were many people who had observed the Engwithin's ruins in the Direwood, and I spent some time conferring with experts. In the libraries, I found accounts of sites of Ixamilt, and it was there I traveled next. But just before that, I found myself approached by a woman in dark robes who bade me abandon my studies for my own safety. I ignored her, of course, but I began to have the sense, after that, of being followed. And after that, well, one ambush on the road I could call misfortune, but 3? Who are these people? I thought it only fair to delve into their activities in turn. I found word of a laden key, but past that, it was all ravings and superstition. I might as well have gone around asking whether someone had ever seen a whale flying through the air. Some might well tell me yes, but the validity of that account is questionable. You don't seem worried about this. They haven't had much luck. The last one came up on me at a dig site and slipped on a muddy beam. I tried to catch him. Reflex, I should think. But he went right over the side and down 100 feet. I'm not really sure what he had in mind, but I doubt it was that.
The Tanvi Oratoa. It's not really a book. It's been passed down over the years in the form of a chant. I actually found it a little strange at first, seeing it set down in stone. It's not quite the same as a song of worship, though we have paeans to the gods as well. More a kind of moral guide. It gives us something to aspire to. The, model of a virtuous citizen of Rauatai.
Wouldn't he have crumbled away by now?
Much of Ingwith's writing is lost to us, but an engraving would survive. I found several tablets at the site in Examitl. The scholar Gabranos, in particular, seems to have been fond of writing on the walls. I may have to ask you to help me carry it, if it's a large stone.
Why look for it out here?
There have been arguments as to the chant's true interpretation. New translations, even. But any rendition of it I find in the ruins of Engwith will predate those translations by 2,000 years. And finding it here also proves that we still have much to gain from trading with other cultures. I'd be lying if I said I'm not looking forward to seeing the look on everyone's faces when I get back. But in the long term, I just think that we can learn a lot from the Engwithians. A civilization like that is something to aspire to. a model for Rauatai as a whole, and not just its people. And I want to prove that all of this is worthwhile. Traveling, seeing the world for what it is. It's been so different from sitting in the Chanter Hall and studying books.
You came all this way just to win an argument.
More or less. It wasn't a popular theory when I suggested it. The idea that we shared the Tanvi Oratoha with some older culture, doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't help that my family is from the Deadfire Islands. If I had a copper pond for every chanter who suggested that it's just not in my nature to conquer. My siblings, my parents, they make up for it. They build walls and cannons and ships. I've tried to explain. It isn't that I think those things aren't necessary. But if Rauatai closes itself off from trade, turns on its own people over tradition, we will fall behind. And then we'll be the ones getting conquered. I think my father tries to understand at least.
So describe this virtuous citizen.
Dutiful, learned, honest. The sticking point is loyal. Loyal to the people of Rauatai above all others. Fearless in their defense and bold in aspiration. Tireless in battle or industry. An inspiration to one's people. But it seems it's not that far a leap from there to the idea that we must cast out foreign influences.
Is that what you aspire to be?
Doesn't everyone want to be a good citizen?
You think the Anwithians were the true authors?
I don't know that the distinction is necessarily important. Rauatai has a long history, and our people have come from many different places. It matters less who wrote it than that I have found pieces of the verses all around the world. Wherever it came from, it will be Rauatai that decides what becomes of it. All the races and peoples of our kingdom coming together to create a great empire. You see, then, that I am loyal in my way.
You're being hunted by the Leaden Key? So it seems. It's all rather absurd. What harm could I possibly do to them by fighting this text? Perhaps they don't like Rauatai. How did this all begin? I ran into them in a deer, or rather they sought me out, blah blah blah. Okay. Never mind. It's just a different question. Do you know anything about this place? I haven't been to Gilded Vale save in your company. It's quaint, but I don't see why a deer remains here for so long, if I'm honest. Oh, finally! Jesus, let's take a
Hail
nice
and well
nap
met.
after that.
Certainly.
Okay, let's get out of here. We almost have all NPC party. And not created NPC party. We only have Opal left. And then after we find one more actual companion, we can get rid of Opal and get a new person. Okay, let's travel to Cat Noir. Get in the castle, and we're finally going to start exploring this place. After an hour's worth of just companion content. Well, that's not true. We did explore the... whatever that place was. Help out a merchant. Did a lot.
All right, then.
Did a lot.